everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today, as usual. So, wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. We are going to discuss XRP, and I must ask, are you all ready for the journey of a lifetime? Because it appears to be finally getting started. Everything seemed to be on the verge of happening. XRP is currently trading at $229 on the one-day chart, but Bitcoin has risen back above $100,000 as its dominance is declining. That is an early sign that the alt season is about to start. Ethereum is also the center of attention. I will discuss that further in a moment. However, for the last 3 years, it seems like every time you turn around, a breakout is going to occur, and then the price abruptly breaks back down. However, everything is now in place for this run to start at last. Examine the stock market as well. The U.S. economy is booming with optimism for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. It was also a fantastic day for the stock market. In a single day, ETH increases 22% and crosses $2,200. As everyone is aware, Ethereum often ushers in alt season. Ethereum begins to receive the money that was previously in Bitcoin. As I mentioned, everything is falling into place. Additionally, we have some extremely important news today. In this video, I'll discuss it. Additionally, the Bitcoin market saw a $235 billion boost today. It's good to see this occurring, you know. Typically, the cryptocurrency market loses almost $1 trillion in a single day. The money keeps coming in. I believe that a huge surge in cryptocurrency is imminent, but it will take time. Put another way, even though we might see small daily increases, the actual breakout for XRP is probably still a few weeks away. There has never been a worse moment to fade XRP. Within the next 2 to 3 months, millionaires will be created. And it's definitely that. Many people are going to get money that will change their lives. Furthermore, your portfolio will increase tenfold from this point on, regardless of how much XRP you currently own. That's the low end, too. People are searching for a 50x from our current location, and there's a very good chance that will occur. Even if it still appears that the top will arrive in December or January 2026, there will be upward momentum during the entire process. Everyone is now discussing 1,000 plord and XRP once more. Will we reach the $1,000 mark? No one is aware. This is based on the 2017-2018 season. Even an article about it was published today. According to analysts, XRP might increase 45,982% to $1,000. If it were to jump 68,990% to $380 in 2018. And the first topic they discuss in this piece is market capitalization. Based on market capitalization, that will never occur. However, a utility run is about to happen. I continue to believe that this run might reach 3 digits. The Moon Boy predicts that. A conservative estimate is between $20 and $30. However, there are a lot more triggers this time around, and that is what I am truly focusing on. We're almost ready for rules, you know. That, in my opinion, will be the game-changer for XRP. There will be regulations during this run. This run will see the launch of ETFs. During this run, ISO is going live. Furthermore, nobody believes that XRP will ever reach $100. Now, it would be really amazing if we were to reach $1,000. How would we get there? It must be useful. That's my perspective. However, I continue to believe that I'm probably underestimating XRP by $20 to $30. I continue to believe that it will rise even farther. Shattering. The letter of settlement agreement has been filed by the SEC government. James Finan outlines the following steps when the lawsuit is concluded. Judge Torres must render a preliminary decision regarding whether the court will lift the injunction, release the escrow, send $50 million to the SEC, and reimburse Ripple. The SEC and Ripple will request a limited remand back to Judge Torres. in order to request the above-mentioned relief if Judge Torres issues the indicative suggestive finding. SEC and Ripple will submit a move to Judge Torres requesting the aforementioned remedy after the remand is granted. The SEC and Ripple will request that the Court of Appeals reject their appeals and Ripple's cross-appeal after the injunction is lifted and the money is disbursed. After then, it will end. The case is nearly over. All we have to do now is wait for the judgment. Additionally, I saw other folks stating that this might possibly occur throughout the following 4 weeks. I hope that it occurs as quickly as possible. Others stated that it might occur within a few days, but we are aware of the nature of judges. Everything appears to drag on until the very last day as it approaches. However, at least we now know where this is headed. The SEC has completely given up on this lawsuit. Almost everything is finished now. We have the Ripple settlement. Smoke is the source of this. Look at the steady coin bill now. Potentially bolstering its price and drawing in institutional investors, a settlement that is in line with the Genius Act stablecoin framework would hasten XRP's reiteration into U.S. financial markets. Therefore, the Genius Act and the case would finish at the same time, but the Genius Act and the case have not yet been passed. The message is obvious, but the Genius Act votes it down. A stablecoin policy is being considered. When is more important than if? The Senate did not approve the Genius Act. Earlier today, even Brian Armstrong voiced his opinion on the matter. It's encouraging to see the Senate finally passing legislation pertaining to stable coins, he added. It's the first round of negotiations, and following additional discussion, I anticipate another vote early next week. To be honest, the measure still requires some adjustment, such as removing the absurd yield and interest prohibition. However, all of this is a part of the process. I believe a solid bipartisan vote will get the Genius Act closer to the President's desk once all members have had a chance to evaluate the legislation and make some amendments. The 52 million cryptocurrency-holding voters in the U.S. are keeping a close eye on things. That's because in a few cases, that's the following step. Tokenization comes first. Tokenization will increase as a result. Additionally, this will provide RLUSD with several opportunities in the United States. Eventually, crypto will also be able to access the same doors that a stable coin can. Today's XRP news, gaining traction as the Ripple SEC legal battle continues, and the XRP ledger welcomes the U.S. Treasury Fund. This is significant. Additionally, Ono Finance has declared that their tokenized U.S. Treasury Fundo short-term U.S. Government Treasuries OSG would soon be available on the XRP ledger. The action represents a major advancement in the incorporation of conventional finance into blockchain networks. The fund will launch within the next 6 months, giving institutional investors access to a yield-bearing asset that is safe, compliant, and guaranteed by U.S. Treasury securities, according to Ono Finance. The fund will be accessible around the clock, and Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin will make it easier to mine and redeem. This arrangement circumvents the constraints of conventional market hours and offers smooth liquidity. Additionally, this connects to the XRP ledger. With Ripple, we are introducing OUSG to the XRP ledger, BlackRock's Whittle Fund, and USG, an institutional-grade product backed by tokenized U.S. Treasuries, are a perfect match for a blockchain designed specifically for institutional adoption. Additionally, this is going to be huge and will continue to pick up speed over time. Early on, I believe it might also add some value to XRP. Despite using the stablecoin, everything is happening on the XRP ledger. What is the function of the XRP ledger? First, it searches for XRP liquidity. In my opinion, this will grow significantly over time. However, as I mentioned at the start of this video, we are currently looking at everything coming together just right for this run to start. I believe that Bitcoin will see a huge surge in value over the next few weeks, provided it holds up. Additionally, it will bring the rest of the market up with it as it happens. However, we know that all coins continue to run during alt season, even while Bitcoin is collapsing. Additionally, I believe that this year, in the midst of alt season, we will begin to witness liquidity. It's going to be an incredible run. Everyone should be prepared for the upcoming weeks, I hope. Many people are finally going to see life-changing returns on their investments, and we've all been waiting for this. I have been optimistic for the past 3 years, I kept you all upbeat. I advised patience. I'm just ecstatic because I knew this day was coming, and it appears to be almost here. I can't wait to share this moment with each and every one of you. That's what this has always been about for me, ever since I started this channel. Bringing you to this point, which is roughly what's happening now. We're going to have some run-ups and some pullbacks in the upcoming weeks, so you best buckle up, as I mentioned. People will be calling the top during such pullbacks just to see XRP rise even further. Thus, as I mentioned, be careful to follow your strategy. At that price point, if there's a certain figure at which you plan to turn a profit, in this manner, you may maintain your composure while XRP hits one record after another. I can't wait. It's finally going to happen. Until it does, remain optimistic and patient, and together, let's become wealthy. That being said, I will now conclude this video. I want to thank everyone who watched. Thank to everybody. I even slightly raised my voice. The next one will see you. Enjoy your evening.